Hello, my dear students. Myself, Dr. Pitambar Umne, founder Botany for You, and working as Associate Professor and Head Department of Botany, Dharampet MP Deva Memorial Science College, Nagpur, Maharashtra, India. I once again welcome you all in this online platform for the students of Life Sciences Botany for You. Friends, in last lecture, we have seen the different 60 MCQs based upon the Unit 2 of the Paper 2 of Semester 4 Botany prescribed by RTM Nagpur University, Nagpur. If you are new or not yet subscribed our YouTube channel Botany for You, then kindly like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Botany for You so that you can get the alerts of every lecture to be uploaded in upcoming futures. So first of all, we will see the syllabus which is included in this third unit of this paper, that is genetics and molecular biology. In this third unit of this paper included the structure of DNA, that is Watson and Crick's model, then semi-conservative method of DNA replication in eukaryotes, then concept of gene, that is Benzer's concept, which includes the cistron, metron and recon, and also the transposable genetic elements or jumping genes. The next topic is mutation, which has the lot of scope in the MCQ type of the question in the examination, which includes the spontaneous and induced mutation, that is the types, then physical and chemical mutagens which are used to introduce the mutations in the different organisms, then application of induced mutation in the crop improvement, and the last topic is the DNA damage and repair, which includes the photoreactivation and excision repair. So let's see the different MCQ type of the question based upon this unit. The first question, that is, the nucleoside is composed of. You might have seen about the nucleoside and nucleotide. So when there is a combination of the nitrogen base with a sugar, then it is known as the nucleoside, and nucleoside plus phosphate, that is known as nucleotide. So the nucleoside is nothing but a nitrogen base and a sugar molecule, while this nitrogen base, sugar and the phosphate, that is nothing but the nucleotide. Then such type of the combination is not there, that is the base and the sugar or the sugar and the phosphate. Then the two strands in the DNA double helix are joined by. When we are seeing the structure of DNA molecule, the two strands which are anti-parallel to each other, they are joined with each other by means of hydrogen bonds in between them, in between the complementary nitrogen bases, that is at Gandhi choke, there are the two hydrogen bonds in between the adenine and thymine, and three hydrogen bonds in between the guanine and the cytosine. So we can say that they are held together by means of the hydrogen bonds in between them. The adjacent nucleotides are joined by. Adjacent means the nucleotides which are present on each strand. And if we say that the opposite nucleotides, they are held together as we have seen by means of the hydrogen bonds. So you must remember that here the adjacent means which are present on the same strand. And if we see such type of the joining of the nucleotides with each other by means of 3' OH group and the 5' phosphate. So this bond which is formed in between the nucleotides, and that is known as the phosphodiester bond. The length of one turn of DNA is. So when we are talking about the one turn of the DNA or B form of the DNA, so in this way here there will be a formation of one complete turn. And if we see the length of this one complete turn of the DNA molecule, it is 34 angstrom unit. So the answer becomes the 34 angstrom unit, and it contains 10 nucleotide base pair, so that the one nucleotide base pair occupy 3.4 angstrom unit, and hence B is the correct answer for this question. The width of DNA molecule is, so width is nothing but this one in which the DNA form the coiling, and this is 20 angstrom unit, and hence the correct answer is 20 angstrom, that is the C. Match the following pairs. So the thymine and cytosine, adenine and thymine, then guanine and cytosine, and adenine and the guanine. Earlier we have seen the nitrogen base pairing is nothing but at Gandhi Chowk. Two hydrogen bonds in between the adenine and thymine, and three hydrogen bonds in between guanine and cytosine. So adenine and thymine having the two hydrogen bonds, and guanine and cytosine having three hydrogen bonds in between them during the complementary nitrogen base pairing. While the thymine and the cytosine, they are pyrimidines and single ring structures, and adenine and the guanine, these are the purines and double ring structure. So in this way we can pair the different characters which are given in the two columns. The DNA replication is, so we have the option that is the conservative, semi-conservative, non-conservative, and none of the above. So conservative means the one strand is completely old and another strand is completely new. So such a type of the condition is not present in the DNA replication, but instead of that, out of the two DNA strands, here the one DNA strand is parental and another one is newly synthesized, and such type of the DNA replication is known as semi-conservative type of the replication, and hence it is correct answer. Then eukaryotes differ from the prokaryotes in mechanism of DNA replication due to, if we compare the DNA replication in the eukaryotes and prokaryotes, the use of primer rather than the RNA primer. So this is not the difference in between the prokaryote and the eukaryotic DNA replication. Then different enzymes for the synthesis of lagging and leading strand. Then discontinuous rather than semi-discontinuous replication. So in the eukaryotes, there is a discontinuous type of the DNA replication, as there are the exons and introns, and hence it is the correct answer, because the exons and the introns type of the condition in the DNA molecule is found to be absent in the prokaryotes, and hence C is the correct answer. Then which of the following is true about DNA polymerase? So whenever we are talking about the activity of the DNA polymerase, which is carried out from 5' to 3' direction. So during DNA replication, the DNA is synthesized from 5' to 3' direction by the polymerization reaction carried out by the DNA polymerase 3, and hence A is the correct answer for this question. What is reaction in DNA replication catalyzed by DNA ligase? So if we see the function of DNA ligase, it is responsible to seal the gap in between the two DNA fragments, and the DNA synthesized in the fragments on the lagging strand, that is known as the Okazaki fragments, after the name of the discoverer, and hence the formation of phosphodiester bond between 3'OH of one Okazaki fragment and 5'phosphate of the next on the lagging strand, and hence it is the correct working or the function of the DNA ligase. Then which of the following reaction is required for proofreading during DNA replication by DNA polymerase 3? The activity of the DNA polymerase 3 is from 5' to 3' direction. But if it want to proofread after the replication, there is need to work in the reverse direction, and hence it is 3' to 5', and hence the 3' to 5' exonuclease activity, if one of the nitrogen base during the DNA replication is mismatched or mispaired, so that is to be eliminated from it or released from it, that is known as the exonuclease activity, and hence the B is correct answer. Then which of the following enzyme remove supercoiling in replicating DNA molecule? As we know, the structure of DNA is the double-stranded helical structure, that the two DNA strands are joined with each other by means of the hydrogen bonding, and then there is a supercoiling. So such a type of the supercoiling is removed by the action of an enzyme that is known as the topoisomerase, or even it is known as the gyrase, and hence D is the correct answer. The DNA polymerase is responsible for the replication, helicase is responsible for the unwinding of the DNA molecule, and primase is responsible for the synthesis of the RNA primer. Then the DNA unwinding is done by, in the last question as we have seen, that the helicase is responsible for the unwinding of the DNA molecule by breaking the hydrogen bonds, and hence it is the correct answer. Earlier we have seen that the ligase is responsible for joining the DNA fragments or sealing the gap in between the DNA strands. Topoisomerase for the negative supercoiling, and hence B is the correct answer for this question. Then which of the following enzyme is the principal replication enzyme out of the three different type of the DNA polymerases? The process of DNA polymerization is mainly carried out by the DNA polymerase 3, and hence it is also known as the principal enzyme for the DNA replication. Then which enzyme used to join the fragments of the DNA? As earlier we have seen, there is a ligase enzyme which is responsible to join the DNA fragments with each other, or which is responsible to seal the gap in between the DNA strands. So B is the correct answer for this question. Then which is the, or what is the origin of replication? That is, whenever we are talking about the origin, means it is the point from which the process of replication started, and hence the particular site at which DNA replication start, and that is the correct answer for this question. The site which prevent the initiation, it is wrong one. Then random location on the DNA, it is also the wrong one, and site at which the replication terminated, it is the end process and not the origin. Then how many number of replicon is found in the eukaryotes? if you see the process of the replication and the number of replicon in the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes, so in the prokaryote there is a presence of the single replicon, and in the eukaryotes there are the presence of many replicon, and hence the multiple replicons or the origins are present in the eukaryotes. Name the enzyme which is responsible for the formation of RNA primers. During replication, the process of initiation of the replication is directly not carried out by synthesizing the DNA molecule, but instead of the formation of the DNA molecule, there is a formation of short fragment of the RNA, and that is known as the RNA primer. And this RNA primer is synthesized by the activity of primase enzyme. True replication of DNA is possible due to, whenever we are talking about the replication, means it is the process to make the copy of the DNA, and this copy of the DNA can be carried out or can be formed only because there is a presence of complementary nitrogen base pairing. As if we know the sequence of nitrogen bases on the one strand, then we can easily know the sequence of nitrogen bases on the another strand, as they are joined with each other by means of complementary nitrogen base pairing. That is, if there is a presence of adenine on the one strand, there will be thymine on the another strand, guanine, then here the cytosine. If here there is cytosine, then guanine, here thymine, then adenine. So in this way, if we know the sequence of nitrogen bases on the one strand, then we can easily know the sequence of nitrogen bases on the another strand. And this is known as the complementary nitrogen base pairing. And because of this only, there is a possibility of the DNA replication. And hence, D is the correct answer for this question. Then match the following pairs. So, lagging strand, leading strand, helicase, and topoisomerase. So, lagging strand on which there are the synthesis of Okazaki fragments, and synthesis of Okazaki fragments means that here discontinuous DNA synthesis, and leading means the process of formation of continuous DNA synthesis on it. Then helicase is responsible to break the hydrogen bonds in between the complementary nitrogen bases, and that is known as the unwinding of the DNA, while the topoisomerase is responsible for the negative supercoiling of the DNA. Then match the following again in the next question, that is the DNA replication, then maintenance of single-stranded DNA molecule, synthesis of RNA primer during DNA replication, and joining of Okazaki fragments. So replication, when we are talking about that, it is a semi-conservative process. Then maintenance of single-stranded DNA, because when there is a DNA replication, at that time here there is formation of replication fork, and at that time here there is a binding of the protein to this single-stranded DNA, and this single-stranded protein is known as the single-stranded binding protein, and hence here it is the last one, that is single-stranded binding protein. Then synthesis of RNA primer during replication, and which is carried out with the help of primase enzyme, and the joining of Okazaki fragments with each other by means of the ligase. So in this way they are correctly paired with each other. When DNA replication starts, so as we have seen earlier, during the DNA replication start, first of all there is a uncoiling or the negatively supercoiling of the DNA molecule. Then later on there is a breakage of the hydrogen bonds which are present in it, and because of this here the two DNA strands separate from each other. This is the initial process which is carried out at the initial stage of the DNA replication. So the phosphodiester bond break, this is not needed for the replication. Then the bond between the sugar and the bases to break, that is also not required during the replication. Then the leading strand produces the Okazaki fragments. The Okazaki fragments are formed on the lagging strand and not on the leading strand. And for the separation of the two strands from each other, there is a need to break the hydrogen bonds in between complementary nitrogen bases, and which is carried out with the help of an enzyme helicase. And hence, it is the correct answer for this question. Match the following pairs. If we see the genes, recons, metons, and cystone. So genes are nothing but the recon unit of then meton and the cystone, or the gene is a unit of mutation, gene is the unit of the function, gene is a unit of the recombination. So first of all, we can see that the recon, that is, it is a unit of recombination, meton, it is a unit of mutation, and the cystone, that is unit of the function, that is the formation of the polypeptide chain. And hence here the genes is all the above, that is, it is a unit of mutation, function, and recombination. Then point mutation involves, whenever we are talking about the point mutation, it is related to that of the change in the single nitrogen base in the DNA molecule. So the change in a single nitrogen base pair, that is known as the point mutation, and hence it is the correct answer. Then transition type of mutation is caused when. So if we see the transition mutation is carried out when the one complementary nitrogen base pairing is replaced by the other complementary nitrogen base pairing. That is, if there is a presence of the adenine and the thymine, and if it is replaced by the guanine and the cytosine, or the vice versa, then such a type of the mutation or the change in the DNA molecule, that is known as the transition mutation. Gene mutation occurs at the time of. So very commonly, if you see the introduction of the mutation inside the cell of any organism, it is usually carried out during the DNA replication, and hence it is the correct answer. Transcription is the wrong one, as there is a formation of mRNA or RNA from the DNA, and translation is the process of formation of the protein which are not at all related to that of the process of the mutation. And even the DNA repair is to remove the change in the DNA and not the mutation. The action of ultraviolet radiation on DNA to introduce mutation is, if you see the action of ultraviolet radiation on the DNA, it is responsible for the formation of the thymine dimer. Say for example, if this is a DNA molecule and in which there is a presence of the different nitrogen bases, and if there are the adjacent two nitrogen bases, that is the thymine, and if it is allowed to radiate the ultraviolet radiation or exposed to ultraviolet radiation, then there is a formation of thymine dimer. Because of the formation of the thymine dimer, it is unable to form the hydrogen bonding with the thymine with the adenine on the opposite strand, and hence it is considered as a mutation. So formation of thymine dimer is the correct answer for this question. Then X-rays causes mutation by. So if you see the action of X-rays on DNA molecule, it is responsible for the deletion mutation, because it is responsible to remove the particular nitrogen bases from the DNA molecule. Then normally DNA molecules has AT and GC pairing that we have seen earlier as a complementary nitrogen base pairing. However, these bases can exist in alternative valency status, that some other nitrogen bases having the changed structure are also present in the cells, owing to rearrangements called as. So, either this rearrangement is responsible for the formation of the enol and keto group of the nitrogen bases, and because of this, the nitrogen base pairing or complementary nitrogen base pairing get changed. Say for example, if the adenine forming the two hydrogen bonds with the thymine, and if there is a change or the structural change in the adenine, then instead of forming the hydrogen bonding with the thymine, it will bond with the C, and during replication this C will form the hydrogen bonding with the G, and hence the AT pair will be replaced by the GC. So such a type of the mutation is known as the tautomerization, that the nitrogen bases having the same molecular formula but the different structure or the hydrogen bonding with the complementary nitrogen bases. In mutational events, when adenine is replaced by the guanine, it is case of. So adenine is purine and guanine is also purine. So when the purine is replaced by the purine, or if the pyrimidine is replaced by the pyrimidine, that is the thymine and the cytosine, and the vice versa, means adenine may replaced by the guanine, or guanine may replaced by the adenine, or thymine may replaced by the cytosine, or cytosine may replaced by the thymine. So in all these cases, it is known as the transition mutations. Identify the correct statement about mutation. So first one, that is the mutation is predestined. See here, identify the incorrect statement. So mutation is predestined, that is predetermined. So such a type of the condition is not there. If we read the mutation, it is considered that the mutations are random, and if they are random, they are not the predestined, and hence it is incorrect and the answer for the question. Then major sources of the mutations are responsible for the evolution, then the usually deleterious and even the recessive and the reversible processes. So all these three are the correct statement with respect to the mutation, and hence the A is the correct answer for this question. Then which of the following is not a type of reverse mutation? So here the back mutation, that is, say for example, if one of the gene is there which is responsible for the yellow color of the flower, later on there is a mutation, and because of that mutation it is now responsible for the white color. But again, if there is a mutation, and again it is responsible for the yellow flowers. So such type of the mutations are known as the back mutations. Then intergenic suppressor mutation, that is when there is a mutation on the one gene and it loses the function, and if this again another mutation in the another gene, and it is responsible to gain that earlier function. So such type of the mutations are also the examples of the reverse mutation. Then intragenic suppressor mutation. So the similar type of the case, but it is in the same gene. And the missense mutation, that the mutation which is responsible to change each codon, which usually result into change in amino acid in the protein, and hence this is not the example of the reverse mutation, and hence D is the correct answer for this question. Then which of the following is not true for loss of function mutation? C. The loss of function mutation. Usually the mutations are recessive as they have lost the dominant character function, means it is the correct one. Then most common mutations, that the mutations are very common, then increase the activity of the gene. So this is not the loss of function. This is known as gain of function, and hence not true, means this is the correct answer for this question. And null allelic mutation, this is also the right. So in this way, the not true, that is the increase the activity of the gene, that is the gain of function of mutation, and hence it is the correct answer for this question. Then name the type of mutation in which the cause of mutation is not known. Means we can say that such a type of the mutations are known as the random mutations, or we can say that it is a environmental mutations. And these environmental mutations are known as spontaneous type of the mutations. Then addition or deletion of mutation of bases causes which kind of the mutation? So if there is either addition of the nitrogen bases or deletion of the nitrogen bases, which result into the change of sequence of nitrogen bases on the DNA molecule, and that result into the formation of the different protein. So the complete script of the gene get changed, and hence it is known as the frame shift mutation. Earlier we have seen the transition mutation as well as the tautomerization and the transversion. Transition means purine is changed with the purine, or pyrimidine changed with the pyrimidine. Transversion, purine is replaced by the pyrimidine. And tautomerization, that is the structural changes in the nitrogen bases. Then which of the following chemical mutagen affects only replicating DNA? So if we see the process of the replication and introduction of the mutation during the replication, then the certain chemical compounds which are similar to that of the nitrogen bases are added during the replication. And such a type of the nitrogen bases which are similar, they are known as the base analog, and hence the D is correct answer for this question. The IS elements can be identified by the presence of IS, that is the insertion sequences. So first one, that is the antibiotic resistance gene, then endonuclease cleavage site, and 50 base pair inverted repeats, then integrase site. So if we see the transposable genetic elements or the jumping genes, then we find that the IS elements are the 50 base pair inverted repeats, and hence it is the correct answer. Then the direct repeats in the IS elements are present within the inverted repeats. So this is the correct answer for this question. The direct repeat within IS element has the length of. So we should remember the answer for such type of the questions, and we should learn it that the 5 to 11 base pair direct repeats are present within the IS element. So C will be the correct answer for this question. Then which of the following functions is not performed by the transposes? If we see the restriction of the IS element which is carried out by the transposes, then integration of the transposon that is also carried out by the transposes, then formation of RNA intermediate that is not performed by the transposes, and restriction of the host genome that is also the function of the transposes. And hence the C is correct answer for this question. Then Barbara McClintock discovered the transposable elements through experiments with. Even for your kind information, the Barbara McClintock for this discovery about the transposable genetic elements or the jumping genes was awarded with the Nobel Prize. And she has carried out the experiment with the help of Indian corn, and hence C is the correct answer. Then transposable elements are sequences of DNA. So if we see the transposable elements, then the delete junk DNA is the wrong one. Aid in the protein synthesis, that is wrong one. Jump to different areas of the chromosome, this is correct one, and hence it is known as the jumping genes. Then cause the cell to perform apoptosis, this is not the function of the transposable element, and hence C is the correct answer. Then what do you call genes that jump from one chromosome to another? Just in earlier question, we have seen that the transposable genetic elements are also known as the jumping genes, and hence they are also known as the transposon or jumping genes or the transposable elements or even insertion sequences, and hence all the above become the answer for this question. Then which of the following statements is correct about transposons? Transposable elements is not a replicon because it is not provided with the site of replication. It is not independently replicate, it replicate with that of the DNA molecule. So correct one. Then transposition process involve recombination and replication, and this is also the correct one. Then no homology exists between transposon and their target site. It can move anywhere. So in this way, all the statements which are given about the transposable genetic elements are the correct one. Then transposons are also known as, so it is also known as the mobile elements or the mobile genetic elements. Then they are also known as the genetic cassettes. They are also known as the insertion sequences, and hence all the above become the correct option for this question. Then which of the following are ionizing radiation mutagens? If you see the different mutagens, that is the physical mutagen which are responsible for the ionization. This includes the alpha rays, beta rays and gamma rays. All these three are responsible for the ionization, and hence all the above become the answer for this question. On the mechanism of movement of transposons, they are off. So if you see the transposons, they are of two types, that is IS elements, that is the insertion sequences, and second one is known as the TN, that is the transposon or the complex transposons. So these are 1 and 2. So there are the two types of the transposons on the basis of their mechanism of the movement. The main difference between nucleotide excision repair, that is NER, and the base excision repair, that is BER, is, so if you see that the NER has, that is NER double stranded breaks whereas in the BER single stranded breaks are repaired. So this is the wrong one. NER is a light dependent whereas BER is a light independent process. This is also the wrong one. Then in nucleotide excision repair, phosphodiester backbone is first cleaved, whereas in a base excision repair, the phosphodiester backbone is cleaved later on. And this is the correct difference in between the nucleotide excision repair and base excision repair. And hence C is the correct answer for this question. Which enzyme is responsible for photoreactivation of DNA? That is, first one, that is the photoligase, second one is the photoreductase, third one is the photooxidase, and the photolyase. So the enzyme which is involved in the process of photoreactivation, and that is the photolyase, and hence the D is the correct answer for this question. Which of the following enzyme or enzymes is involved in base excision repair? So if you see the DNA glucosylase, AP, that is aminopurine or aminopyrimidine, endonuclease, exonuclease, and both A and B. So the DNA glycosylase and the aminopurine endonuclease both are involved in the process of base excision repair, and hence both A and B is the correct answer for this question. In a nucleotide excision repair mechanism, which of the following protein first recognize DNA lesion? So the correct answer is that the UARA is the enzyme which is responsible to recognize first as the DNA lesion. Then which of the following statement is true regarding the nucleotide excision repair mechanism? If you see the excision repair mechanism for the nucleotide, that the nucleotide excision repair mechanism is present only eukaryotes, it is the wrong one. Then nucleation excision repair present only in the prokaryote, that is also wrong one, because it is present in the prokaryotes also as well as the eukaryotes also. So the nucleotide excision repair present in the prokaryotes and eukaryotes, but the mechanism varies. As we know, in many different processes there are the different mechanisms in the prokaryotes and the eukaryotes. In the same way, here also the nucleotide excision repair mechanism is also different in the prokaryote and the eukaryotes, and hence it is the correct answer for this question. Again, the nucleotide excision repair present in the prokaryote and eukaryote with the similar mechanism, and it is the wrong one. The photolyse enzyme involved in photoreactivation can remove. If you see the process of the photolyse which is involved in the photoreactivation, and during the photoreactivation there is a formation of thymine dimer. So under the visible light this thymine dimer is removed, and hence the ultraviolet induced thymine dimer is the correct answer for this question. The DNA polymerase enzyme involved in base excision repair mechanism is, if you see in eukaryotes, that there is a base excision repair, and this base excision repair which involved the DNA polymerase enzyme, and that is the DNA polymerase beta, and hence it is the correct answer. The catalytic activity of photolyse enzyme is the bacterial cell is activated by. In the bacterial cell is activated by. So whenever we are talking about this activation of the photolyse enzyme, so it is activated by the visible light near the blue region, and hence it is known as the correct answer. In nucleotide excision repair mechanism, the incision at the 3' position of the lesion is done by. So if you see this mechanism or complete mechanism of the nucleotide excision repair, then you will find that here the UVRB is involved in introduction of the incision at the 3' position. The activity of AP, that is aminopurinic endonuclease or aminopyrimidinic endonuclease, is involved in. So this is involved in the base excision repair mechanism, and hence it is the correct answer. The enzyme photolyse repair the thymine dimer in the DNA by. So if we see the complete process of the repair mechanism after the formation of the thymine dimer, so it is the photoreactivation method, and in which this enzyme work by making the free radical mechanism, and hence B is the correct answer for this question. The function of UVRC in a nucleotide excision repair mechanism is to identify the lesion in the DNA, it is the wrong one. Helicase activity to unwind the DNA, that is also the wrong one. Then catalyze the incision at the 3' end, this catalyze is the correct function, but the 3' end at the lesion is the wrong one. It is responsible to catalyze the incision at the 5' end of the lesion, and hence it is the correct option for this question. Then what is the function of enzyme involved in base excision repair? So if you see, the meaning itself is given here in the base excision repair. So excision means to remove. What to remove? That is the nitrogen base, and hence the removal of the incorrect base from the DNA strand, that is to be carried out during the base excision repair, and the correct nitrogen base later on is introduced in it, and in this way the DNA get repaired in the base excision repair. Friends, if you want to associate with us through the Telegram group, then the link is given in the description, so that you will come to know the every activity carried out by our group, that is the Botany for You. And thank you very much for kind listening of this complete lecture. If you like this lecture and if it is beneficial to you in preparation of your examination, then kindly like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Botany for You, and also press bell icon for the alerts of every lecture to be uploaded on different life sciences titles. Thanks a lot once again.